Local news is next.
I'm Shan Winston.
I'm Mark Baker. Next on News Channel 10, the Quincy City Council votes to put stop signs at 18th and Locust.
And Quincy's police chief of 9 years announces his retirement.
News Channel 10 is next.
You're watching WGEM TV Channel 10. From the Tri-State's best news station, Shan Winston, Mark Baker, Cory McCloskey with Skywatch Weather, and Steve Looten with Sports Final. This is News Channel 10 Night Beat.
The stopping and starting at this Quincy intersection is here to stay,
as the Quincy City Council commits to permanent stop signs. Good evening. Many residents and students near 18th and Locust have been pushing for a four-way stop for years.
The city set up a temporary four-way stop 2 months ago to help alleviate the increased traffic in the area due to the closure of the Cedar Creek Bridge. Mayor Schultz says the response has been overwhelming in favor of the four-way stop. The editor of the Quincy University Student Newspaper says making the four-way stop permanent will save motorists time and provide a safer environment.
The consequences that will result if the signs are taken down after many months must be considered. The accidents that would result will be much more serious because of the cross traffic. The trucks that use Locust are far more dangerous at this higher rate of speed they would be traveling without the stop sign. I would hate for a casualty of one of our students or a citizen of Quincy to be the result of removing the signs.
The city engineer says traffic counts indicate a traffic light is not necessary. The council voted unanimously in favor of a four-way stop with signs. On another matter, each of Quincy's 7 wards will be getting an additional $20,000. The council approved a supplemental appropriations bill. Alderman Smokey Mueller had requested the extra ward money months ago. He wants street work done on 2 blocks and says the city will get more bang for its buck with the additional money.
But now this will give us this extra $20,000, will give us the second block. And it's easier to do 2 blocks in a row and less expensive than if you do one this year and another one in 2 years or whatever.
Alderman Ron Frillman voted against the appropriation. He says the city should not spend tax dollars just because revenues were created are greater than had been projected in the budget.
The Board of Fire and Police Commission says it will stay within the Quincy Police Department to hire Chief John Wilson's replacement. Wilson announced this morning he'll retire as of June 1st, 1996. Wilson has been chief for the past 9 years and spent 26 years total with the department. He says he's looking forward to traveling and fishing.
Law enforcement is a noble profession. I feel honored to have been able to serve this community for the last 26 years. I also feel that it's time for me to begin a new chapter in my life. Therefore, when I retire in 6 months from now, it will be with a happy heart and great expectations. But the respect and fondness that I have for this community will last long after that retirement begins.
The commission will begin the testing for a replacement in February.
Today, as Wilson said goodbye, he looked back on some of his successes over the past 26 years with the Quincy Police Department. Topping his list, the 911 emergency response system, the DARE program in Quincy's public schools, and the new police department in the basement of City Hall.
I think there's many other things that have happened that are also benefiting this community, such things as the street crimes unit, the K-9 program that we were able to start with the generous assistance of the Quincy Exchange Club, DARE program, 911.
Wilson credits the community for its support during his 9-year stint as Quincy's police officer.
The Illinois State Office reports 656 people were killed last year in alcohol-related crashes. And with the holidays right around the corner, Mothers Against Drunk Driving kicked off its Project Red Ribbon campaign today. Quincy Mayor Chuck Schultz was on hand to tie the first ribbon of the day as a reminder to drive sober.
Everyone works together to solve the problems for our community. We simply ask people to pick up a free red ribbon, tie it on their car as a visual reminder to them and to everyone to not drink and drive, especially during the holiday season. We want the holidays to be a safe and happy time and not be marred by a tragedy.
7 years ago, Susan Goodwin's car was struck by a drunk driver, killing her 2-year-old daughter and severely injuring other members in the family van. She says her misfortune was caused by someone else's irresponsibility.
But the repercussions of somebody making a choice to drink and then drive does not end there, because like I mentioned, Our son, who turns 20 tomorrow, just got out of a rehab again this many years since, and he will always have problems due to the choice that somebody made.
The state office report also shows drunk driving is a leading cause of death among young Americans.
Well, still ahead, Wall Street reaches another milestone.
And what does Edgar Allan Poe have to do with teaching kids math? We'll show you later on Top of the Class.
At Boyers, we do things a little different. Some folks think we even talk different. Main thing is, we sell quality American-made boots by the likes of Tony Llama and such. Tony Llamas are made from exotic leathers like ostrich, lizard, even alligator, and shark. Right now, most Tony Llamas are on sale, and Boyers will even give you a free $20 gift certificate for every pair you buy. You can put them on layaway for Christmas, too. Being different ain't so bad, as long as you're good at it. And Boyers' offer on Tony Llama boots is the best.
190 horsepower engine, 4-wheel drive, available 4-wheel anti-lock brakes. Now that's tough. But how to get your hands on that kind of power and control? Well, that's easy. With the tough-to-beat Jeep Cherokee lease from your Jeep and Eagle dealer, you can get a Jeep Cherokee Sport for an easy $249 a month. But hurry in today, because a deal this great won't always come easy. And if you miss it, tough.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices that make it easier for you to drive an incredibly sophisticated 96 Dodge Stratus. Choose $500 cash savings, or an interest rate as low as 1.9%. Or choose a Stratus lease rate of only $229 per month. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. The choice is all yours at the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Choices, and lots of them. We've got it at K's Merchandise at guaranteed low prices. Do over 35 exercises on Weider Single Stack Home Gym with Stepper, only $229.97, or Dual Stack for only $279.97. This Westlow Body Shop is an ab, back, hip, and thigh machine with variable resistance and 5 intensity positions, only $199.97. The Westlow Cadence 905 treadmill has power incline, LCD display, and adjusts to 10 miles per hour. Sale $439.97. Choices, and lots of them. It makes K's a little different and a lot better.
You want to come to the sale?
Tired of noisy sales with empty promises? You won't find any of that at your Chevy Geo dealer. Announcing the real deal. 1 week, great values on great cars and trucks. Chevrolet introduced more new vehicles last year than anyone. New vehicles, new attitude. Like giving you more than you expect. With honest values, friendly faces, and special smart lease offers. Maybe that's why we won 70 industry awards last year alone. Tired of the hype? Get the real deal at a hometown Chevy Geo dealer.
President Clinton is expected to sign a measure that will keep the government open through December 15th. The House passed the bill, which calls for a balanced budget in 7 years. The House also approved a GOP budget package that Clinton has promised to veto.
The Dow Industrials pushed above the 5,000 barrier twice today for the first time in history, but it ended up closing at just under that mark. Anticipation was in the air on Wall Street. Outside the New York Stock Exchange, the visitors' gallery line was nearly twice as long as usual. Some investors celebrated by buying more.
I would say it's going higher. After it's going to go up, a little bit more, I think it's going to plunge.
The Dow Industrial Average has surged 30% this year, powered by big gains in household names like Philip Morris, Coca-Cola, and Boeing. Behind the gains has been a near-perfect setting of strong corporate profits, low inflation, and a rallying bond market which has pushed interest rates down. Meanwhile, corporate mergers and stock buybacks are shrinking the supply of stocks for investors to buy.
It's not too late to be in the market. The bull has a lot of time and price left in it.
But technical analysts are worried. While the Dow climbed 3.5% in the last 2 weeks, broader indices are not keeping up. The Standard & Poor's 500 was up only 1.5%. The NASDAQ Composite fell 2%. And the Russell Index of 2,000 stocks was virtually unchanged. It's what technicians call a short-term divergence.
The character and feature of a dynamic bull market is not selectivity, but all-inclusive homogeneous performance. We're not seeing that now.
Even so, Chopin is bullish for the long term. Many market pros predict the Dow will break 6,000, if not next year, then the year after.
As the cold weather sets in, animals start to look for cozy places to settle in for the winter. That means more encounters with humans. And as WGEM News Channel 10's Adam Sandler found out, a dangerous rabies epidemic may be headed our way.
8,000 to 10,000 cases of rabies throughout the Midwest and East Coast have veterinarians and public health officials worried. There haven't been any cases reported in Adams County yet, but experts say the threat here is still very real. How can you tell if an animal might have rabies?
You can't, and that's another reason for trying to prevent it. You don't know whether the animal is harboring the virus and will be coming down with it in the next few days or not. So the best thing is just stay away from wild animals. Don't try to pet them, don't try to capture them, just stay away from them.
Untreated rabies is always fatal to people or animals, and it can't be cured once symptoms set in.
Any bite should be taken seriously. You need to go to the doctor immediately, have the wound treated, and contact the animal control so the bite report can be filled out and the appropriate measures can be taken.
Veterinary experts say the best way to cure rabies is to prevent it from becoming a problem in the first place. Rabies vaccinations in Illinois are state law.
I think we should always be concerned about rabies, both from the animal standpoint and from the public health standpoint.
How come?
It's a fatal disease. If the human gets it, or if a dog gets it, or a cat, they're going to die.
They say that pound pets like this little guy make the most loyal pets. But veterinarians say it's your responsibility to make sure they get the protection they need. Adam Sandler, WGEM News Channel 10, Quincy.
For many tri-state residents, holiday time means travel time. WGEM News Channel 10's Michael Chen checks up on where people are going and how much they're paying.
Good afternoon, Quincy.
For this Quincy travel agency, ringing phones are a common sound during the holidays, and this year is no exception.
Travel agents are booking vacations all across the world, from Moscow to Paris, but most people are still headed home for the holidays.
Florida's been real popular this Christmas. It seems like a lot of people have family down in Florida.
But many will also head to those warmer climates for vacations. Agents say Hawaii, Florida, and the Caribbean remain the top choices for escaping the cold. Another hot choice, cruises.
Cruising is so popular because of the value. You can take your family and, you know, your airfare, your accommodations, your transfers are all included in one package.
What I probably do is make a phone call to see if they can clear that price.
If you haven't made plans yet, it's not too late. Many airlines are still offering special holiday discounts, but they're usually subject to blackout dates. Travel times close to holiday dates will probably cost you an additional 40%. But bargains are still to be had. Richard Schmidt plans to visit his son in Phoenix.
How much are you paying, Richard?
$201.
$201.
Are you happy with that?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Last year was $234.
And for all travelers to be, agents have a departing piece of advice.
Security has really tightened up at the airport. We are referring our clients to be at the airport at least 2 hours prior to departure. They are checking the ticket along with a photo ID.
Michael Chen, WGEM News Channel 10, Quincy.
Weather time and the biggest travel days of the year are coming up this week.
Yeah, Cory will tell us whether it'll be easy to get home for the holidays. Skywatch Weather is next.
You know, I really want a Mitsubishi big screen.
Yeah, but how are we going to pay for it?
There's nothing to it.
Nothing to it?
Come to John's Home Center. Buy any Mitsubishi big screen, big tube, or VCR and pay nothing down.
Think of the movies.
Make no monthly payments.
Think of the sports.
And pay no accrued interest.
Nothing?
Not 1 penny till January 1997.
Sitcoms.
The sports.
The soaps.
The sports.
At the new John's Home Center, 50th and Broadway.
If you have what's overall the most powerful line of truck engines on the planet, if you have better resale value than Ford, Chevy, or GMC, if you have what it takes to get J.D. Power & Associates' most appealing pickup award, you're probably not going to put your trucks on sale. But then, if you're Dodge, you like to change the rules. Announcing the first ever Magnum Power Sales event with savings up to $670 and low lease rates on America's hottest pickups. At America's Truck Stop, the new Dodge.
Joseph A. Bank presents Joe's Casual, a new line of casual wear. Now, in addition to fine suits at low prices, you'll also find great-looking, low-priced casual clothes. Come into Joseph A. Bank and try on something from Joe's Casual.
Now save 30% on the purchase of any blazer or sport coat at Joseph A. Bank Clothiers. Limited time offer. Stop in today. Joseph A. Bank Clothiers, 6th and Main, downtown Quincy.
Announcing unbeatable year-end prices on the incomparable 1995 Cadillac. Now, for a limited time, save up to $4,000 on selected models. Save up to $4,000 on luxurious sedan DeVille. Save on Seville STS, Eldorado, and other 95 still in stock. Incomparable Cadillac. Unbeatable price. It's the 1995 year-end closeout. See your participating Gold Key Cadillac dealer today.
This is the new Apple Cinnamon Raisin Biscuit from Hardee's. Made from scratch with rich buttermilk, blended with juicy apples and plump raisins. Ooh, swirled with sweet cinnamon, covered with sugar icing, melting with apple cinnamon flavor. 2 Apple Cinnamon Raisin Biscuits, just 99 cents.
Ah, fresh from the kitchen at Hardee's.
Well, looks like we have nice weather leading up to the holiday.
Yeah, you're right. And as Adam was saying, everyone will be traveling this weekend. Things should be great. Flying or driving, almost the whole country should experience a pretty good-looking travel week. So if you have plans to get out of town or you have folks coming your way, hopefully they'll have great weather for it. It looks like it'll be true. Let's check out your trivia question tonight. Comes your way, of course, from your local Hy-Vee stores and the Old Farmer's Almanac. Check this out. Whose signature is the most valuable historical autograph in the country? Only about 50 exist now, each one worth about 100 grand. Daniel Boone, Abraham Lincoln, or Button Gwinnett? We'll find out after the forecast. Think on that a while, and we'll see what the answer is right after our extended outlook. Check out your photo contest winner tonight. Congratulations to Melissa Reuter of Quincy. A beautiful shot. She took that in South Park here in Quincy just this fall, in fact. So, Melissa, thanks for sending that along. More winners to come. Take a look outdoors now through the First Federal Skycam, and there's the look at Washington Park, and it's a quiet night out there. We have some gusty conditions, but other than that, skies are pretty much on the fair side. Temperatures today were awfully nice, and it looks like we'll be in for a bit of a cool down over the next couple of days. Your high today, beautiful, 57. As you see, record 74 on this day, way back in 1942. Sun up tomorrow at 6:56. We're now at 45 degrees in uptown Quincy, 41 out at the airport. The relative humidity, 47%. The barometer, 30.21, and on the rise, and winds, as I mentioned, still strong out of the northwest now at about 14 miles an hour. Here's a look around the nation, and the big weather feature is a low centered a bit above the Great Lakes. It continues to move its way off to the northeast. It's been spreading some snow over some portions of the north. However, the big story is the winds that are circling around it. Also, there's a high out to the west. That's pouring on the winds as well, and this is the situation. We have them really zooming their way right between the high and the low, and it looks as though we're going to continue to see strong winds during the overnight hours and probably into the morning tomorrow. However, as that low starts to move farther to the east to tomorrow afternoon, things will start to diminish somewhat, and we'll probably see a nice sunny day tomorrow, although a bit of a cooler one. High temps probably only reaching into the 40s, the low 40s at that. However, fear not, because we'll start to moderate as we move through the end of the week, and really no big weather makers on the horizon. There's this stationary front that's probably going to kind of trickle its way east, but shouldn't cause us any real weather situation. Maybe a shift in the winds as we get on into Wednesday and Thursday, but all in all, it looks clean all the way back to the west coast. So again, your travel this week should turn out pretty nicely. So tonight we'll call it to 29, and again, still those strong winds out of the northwest. Tomorrow, 42, so much cooler, but still on the sunny side. Into tomorrow night, a few clouds starting to move in as that stationary front kind of works its way toward us. And then for Wednesday, kind of a mixed bag, but temperatures will be up close to the 50-degree mark. And if you like that, you're going to like the rest of your outlook. Thanksgiving Day looks just great. About average, really, for this time of the year, but 46 degrees and sunny skies, and it looks like the sunshine will continue on into your holiday weekend as temperatures will be on the rise as well. So here he is, the most valuable signature in the country. Only about 50 are around. Shan Winston, any idea?
Well, his sleeve's worth a lot of money. How about Abe Lincoln?
All right, yeah, right about that.
It's probably a trick question with this button guy, but I got to go with Shan.
Oh, really? You should have stuck with Button Gwinnett. Well, just before he was killed in a duel, he signed the Declaration of Independence, and later on, most of his papers were lost in a hurricane and a smallpox epidemic. The poor guy, so only 50 signatures left. He was from Georgia. I have my father to thank. I had to call him to figure out what colony he was from, but my dad's the history teacher. But anyway,
I don't recall studying that.
I never. He had to look it up. Button Gwinnett, yeah.
Okay.
Parents had a sense of humor.
We'll verify
I have
that.
no idea. That's another trivia question for another day.
Thanks, Cory.
Sure.
Well, remember your high school math classes? All those equations to memorize, and you wondered what good they'd ever do? Well, the creators of the interactive math program say they've got a better way. In tonight's Top of the Class, IMP tries to give kids a reason to learn.
1, 2, 3. Stop.
These students are working on The Pit and the Pendulum. It's a unit from the Interactive Math Program, or IMP. The assignment, to determine whether events in the story could have happened as Edgar Allan Poe described
It's
it.
not quite 7, is it? We're going to have to improvise here.
It's an approach that takes some getting used to.
In the beginning, it didn't seem like math. You know, it was all reading and writing most of it. But as years went along, I think it's pretty good because it gives you a strategy on how to solve problems most of the time.
And that's the goal, to teach students to develop their own strategies for solving problems. To do that, they have to incorporate everything they used in traditional math classes, from algebra to calculus.
And we don't really emphasize so much a particular answer to a particular problem. We look at mathematics as a process and the ability to decide what is working and what isn't.
Students find their work has real-life applications. For example, another assignment asks how a furniture manufacturer can make the greatest profit.
This is stuff that you realize that you can really apply to real life, and you know, this would definitely deal with business if anybody wanted to get into business.
Throughout the 4-year curriculum, students also learn to work in groups and explain their ideas. That means greater participation all around. Gardner says kids question things now. They want to know why they need math. The interactive math program succeeds because it gives them an answer. Fewer than 5% of American high school seniors are proficient in problem solving that involves geometry or algebra. Many educators worry that we're way behind the world community in math education. The time may be right for IMP's curriculum that's designed to replace the standard 4-year college prep classes of algebra, geometry, advanced algebra, and pre-calculus. 28 schools across the country use the program. If you'd like a transcript of this story or strategies for implementing this program, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope in care of John Wood Community College, P.O. Box 80 in Quincy. Well, high school girls basketball action tonight. Highlights coming up next.
Steve is going to have that and much more coming up next in sports.
Over the years, you've helped some very special neighbors just by shopping Walmart on Thanksgiving weekend. You've brightened hospital hallways and children's faces and shared a smile with Abby. Make a difference once again this Saturday from 7 till noon, when part of what you spend at Walmart goes to local community charities. And together we'll make these 5 hours last all year long.
Our customers really don't want to be here.
Their car's been damaged, they just want it fixed. So they come to Hilbing.
We'll assess the damage, then work to make it look like it never happened.
Hilbing has rental cars, so you don't have to go without wheels.
We help you handle those complicated insurance forms, too.
At Hilbing Auto Body, we don't substitute used or generic parts.
And we won't sell you what you don't need. For us, it's a matter of integrity.
People have trusted Hilbing for over 40 years. We work to earn that trust every day.
Tired of noisy sales with empty promises? You won't find any of that at your Chevy Geo dealer. Announcing the real deal. 1 week, great values on great cars and trucks. Chevrolet introduced more new vehicles last year than anyone. New vehicles, new attitude. Like giving you more than you expect. With honest values, friendly faces, and special smart lease offers. Maybe that's why we won 70 industry awards last year alone. Tired of the hype? Get the real deal at a hometown Chevy Geo dealer.
Whether you're getting your home ready for the holidays or searching for the perfect gift for that special someone, Heinz Lighting Center has it. For that special accent piece or a gift that really shows you care, choose from candlesticks, picture frames, or mirrors. There are sculptures, framed prints, lighting as art, and much, much more. We'll even gift wrap free. So hurry to Heinz Lighting Center, your home for the holidays headquarters, 620 Main, Quincy.
In a perfect world, every car runs on ethanol. Every bus runs on soy diesel. And one corn hybrid is all you need. Until then, we have the right hybrids for the real world.
And you're off.
Yeah, many
off
people
to
have said
a busy
that.
week.
Corey's been saying it for years, and I
Off
think
to the races.
yes, off to the races. Basketball. This is a busy basketball week.
Oh,
but
yeah.
then at the end of the week, we have kind of a big football game. We'll talk about in a couple of days.
Definitely.
So good luck to Carthage in that one. But first, basketball news. I tell you what, there's great expectation this season for the Quincy High School girls. They've won over 20 games in each of the last 2 seasons, and this year, with most of the players coming back, it could be a banner year out at Quincy High School. First tip, Ruth Kibbing gets the tip. It comes over, and Becky Heyman with the basket here for the Quincy High girls. And just a few seconds into it, they were ready to go. Monique Fletcher, who signed at Mizzou last week, pass here to Becky Peterson for the basket. And Quincy High School getting up and down the court. Here, Becky returns the favor over to Monique Fletcher for an easy bucket. Now, Hamilton has a young squad this year. In the next year or so, they're going to be a fine ball club. Heather Ancelet with the basket for the Cardinals. A good ball movement here by Quincy High. Heyman to Shy Cartmill over to Ruth Kipping inside. The 6'1" sophomore finds the bottom of the net, and Quincy High School on a roll. Then Cartmill from the corner. It was 10-2 Quincy High. Heyman from the other corner. They continue to pull away in this one. And Quincy High's defense might be what gets them over the top this year and get them down the state tournament trail. Here, Becky Peterson knocks down the basket after the fine steal. Then Heyman again to Ruth Kipping, who takes it in. These two teams going up and down the court today. An exciting first ball game. Hamilton's number 24, Rachel Balmer, will get the loose ball here, and she'll take it up and in. But Quincy High School just too tough in this one. Coming up, Ruth Kipping with a scoop coming up. And watch the shot by Ruth after the loose ball. She gets it to go down. It was 25-7 after 1 quarter. And Quincy High School getting ready for the big tournament this weekend. With tournament action beginning for them 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon. We don't have a final score in yet from this ball game. They did get a late start on it, so hopefully they're still just about to wrap that up. But Quincy High School was well on the way to their first victory of the season. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll come back and see how the other future Big 8 girls basketball player did tonight. Macon against Mobley. Have highlights of that next.
This 96 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme is over $1,000 less than the base price of the new Ford Taurus. They think Taurus is a family car, but they forgot what families can afford. The Supreme at just $17,995 comes with all this as standard equipment, while the Taurus at over $19,000 still doesn't have anti-lock brakes, cruise control, or a cassette. Some family car. Your next car shouldn't be a Ford. It should be affordable. The Cutlass Supreme at your tri-state Oldsmobile retailers.
There's a new corn soil insecticide that does everything you ask it to. It gives you superior, consistent control of rootworm plus control of cutworm with no herbicide interaction. And it works well in all farming practices, year in and year out. But there's one thing it doesn't do. It doesn't ruffle the feathers of those who are concerned about the environment. So introduce yourself to Aztec 2.1G. What Aztec doesn't do, doesn't need doing.
Shop Ben Franklin for all your holiday needs. Choose the perfect custom-made gift from our large selection of florals in Christmas and classic home decor. Our gift department features a large variety of unique gifts and home accents, including an extensive selection of brass. Or choose a scented gift from Claire Burke with Applejack or Christmas memories. If you can't find that special something, it's waiting for you at Ben Franklin Gifts and Floral.
Ben Franklin Crafts. It's a fun place to shop.
The stock market continues to look attractive as the juice market gets squeezed. Bananas gain appeal, while lemons were actively traded in the pits, and tomatoes took a healthy slice. Peaches took a bath, as apples remained a favorite pick. County Market, the freshest produce at the best market prices allow you to stock up.
Now, from the company that brought you Aurora, the new Oldsmobile brings you the redesigned 88 for 1996 with more interior room, more power, and more standard features than either Taurus or Sable, all for just $20,995. Special lease rates available too. 88, the other new sedan for 96.
Come see the new Oldsmobile.
Over in Macon, Missouri tonight, the Tigerettes were hosting Moberly. We get a good look at the future Oklahoma State star Christy Douglas. First off, though, Quinn Keogh of the Tigerettes will get the basket. They were up by a big score, second quarter action. Now we go to Christy Douglas with a nice pass to Amber Reichenberg for the easy two-pointer. They were up 44-13 over Moberly in the third quarter. And then Christy Douglas will get the ball here. Nice shot here. Three-pointer for Christy Douglas, up 51-18. Macon, too much for Moberly tonight. Douglas will end up with 18 points in the ball game. And Macon on a roll this year, off to a good start at 1-0 on the season. In some other basketball action tonight from around the area, we have a couple of other tournaments already underway this week. Of course, Quincy High, QND, and Hannibal all with tournament action, but other tournament action beginning with the Midwest Traveling Tournament in two ball games tonight. Triopia losing to Brown County in the first game 62-52, and North Green over Beardstown 50-41. In the Suns Classic tonight, it was Industry over Rushville 68-54, and Southeastern over Griggsville 75-43. Let's take a look at some action from the NCAA Major College Division. This is in the Maui Classic. Dean Smith squad taking on Vanderbilt in the first game out in Hawaii. And here with North Carolina trying to come back, that slam dunk there made it a 58-56 ball game. And then they would get another big jam right here to go ahead. And with 18 seconds left, they were ahead by 6 points over Vanderbilt. A couple of other basketball scores to tell you about. It is the Western Illinois women losing to the national team from Russia by a big score. Hannibal LaGrange men losing to Northwest Missouri State University, though Hannibal LaGrange was only 1 point down at the half. Wrestling score, Camp Point, Hannibal over Camp Point. The final score 61-9. The Hannibal wrestlers win that one. That's it in sports.
Okay.
All right.
Lotto time.
Yeah.
Let's give away $1,000.
Go for it.
Just for fun. Check it out. The next winner in our Show Me 5 second chance giveaway, Andrew Allison. Andrew, I believe you won last time. I don't think we can give away another $1,000, but we promise we'll have two winners for you coming up tomorrow night, and you still have a chance to get in. Second chance drawing, P.O. Box 42, Quincy, Illinois, 62306. That would make that a third chance for Andrew, I believe.
Yeah.
But, he's probably already spent his grand, but we'll have another opportunity for somebody else.
Daily double tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Cory.
That's the news. Thanks for watching.
See you tomorrow night.
Man, I can't